पंजाब नेशनल बैंक का अध्यक्ष श्री सुनील मेहता जी और महानिर्देशक और मुख्य कार्यनिर्वहन अधिकारी और दूसरा सुनील मेहता जी और पोस्टल सर्विस से आए हुए श्री अशोक पाल सिंह जी, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक का कार्यनिर्वहन निर्देशक श्री एल प्रभाकर जी और एक कार्यनिर्वहन निर्देशक ए आजाद जी, आज इस समारोह में आए हुए सभी पूर्व पंजाब नेशनल बैंक का पूर्व अध्यक्ष और मुख्य कार्यनिर्वहन अधिकारी, देश का चीफ विजिलेंस कमिश्नर और पूर्व चुनाव मुख्य अधिकारी और मेरे सामने बैठे हुए अन्य महानुभाव और पंजाब नेशनल बैंक का कस्टमर्स और एम्प्लॉइज़, बहनों और भाइयों, मैं सचमुच में बहुत आनंद महसूस कर रहा हूँ। हमारा आज इस 125 साल का स्थापना दिवस के अवसर पर हम सब ने मिलकर पूज्य लाला लाजपत राय जी का स्मृति में हमने एक पोस्टल स्टैम्प भी जारी किया है, बैंक और लाला लाजपत राय जी का स्मृति में भी, और श्रद्धांजलि भी मैंने अर्पित किया है। I really feel proud that we are all saluting the memory of the great son of this great country, Sri Lala Lajpat Rai, who was a great freedom fighter, who was called as the Lion of Punjab, and also a person who has taken initiative to start this bank, National Bank at that time. The bank is an institution of distinguished heritage. That's why it gives me really immense pleasure to be with you all today on this historic occasion. It is heartening to note that several milestones achieved by the bank as it confidently steps into the 125th year of its illustrious existence. Both the chairman and managing director has explained to us what are the milestones and what are the achievements the bank has so far achieved. This remarkable journey is a living testimony of the institution's indomitable spirit and commitment. I could understand the journey of the Punjab National Bank began on 12th April 1895 in Lahore, in undivided India, as a culmination of the painstaking and enterprising efforts of its visionary founders, including the Dayan of Indian freedom struggle, Lala Lajpat Rai, the Lion of Punjab. These passionate nationalists at that time, they came together, established a Swadeshi bank, run professionally with Indian capital and management to meet the financial needs and aspirations of their fellow Indians. It is heartening to note that this connect to the freedom struggle of the country is a source of abiding strength, pride, and inspiration of the bank. I'm happy to note that through all these years, even in the most testing of times, the bank has won and retained the trust of all its stakeholders, customers, employees, shareholders, regulatory bodies, and the government. It is heartening to note that combining business acumen with the tenacity of purpose and professionalism has taken Punjab National Bank from its early humble origin to its present stature. It is a performance that has earned it a position of leadership, respect and preeminence in our banking industry. That's why I call Punjab National Bank as Premier National Bank of India. It's not connected with Punjab alone. Of course, Punjab is a great soil. We had great freedom fighters. We have given everything of theirs to the country. And this contribution also is immense as far as the banking system is concerned. I'm happy to know the expansion of the bank, the number of branches, and being the second largest number among the public sector banks. The saga brings to the fore what human enterprise and initiative can achieve in bringing about a lasting growth and development in the lives of the people of our country and indeed in the progress of our nation. My dear sisters and brothers, India's financial institutions have been commended globally for being resilient and for having withstood global downturns and recession as well. Banks are no longer just about strong lockers and a good interest rate on deposits. They have transcended their conventional mandates and are now at the forefront of India's developmental story. In addition to fueling dreams of Indian industry and entrepreneurs, banks are leading the India's quest for inclusive growth. We have a demographic dividend. 65% of the Indian population is below 35 years. They have high aspirations. That's why we call it as an aspirational India. And it's a challenge and as well as an opportunity. 35, that age, 65% of the people is both an opportunity as well as a challenge. They are aspirational. Ghana's those days, people used to go long tenure to the rulers, to the politicians. They used to, okay, let's see, one more chance, one more chance, one more chance. That was the trend. But today, in the aspirational India, I also have been in politics for some time. Of course, now I'm not in politics. I'm retired from politics, but not tired from public life. But I have some knowledge about politics. It's aspirational. People are demanding. Politicians बताते ये हुआ, वो हुआ, ये हुआ. ठीक है सर, और भी ये होना चाहिए ना, ये क्यों नहीं हुआ? This is the aspirational India. They have seen the development. They want some more development. Because now we are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. The entire universe is a global village. What is happening here in Vigyan Bhavan will be known in Washington in few minutes. What is happening there will be known here in Washerman Pet of Chennai in few seconds. That's the development, that's the technology, that is the information that is available now to the people. So that being the case, the people's aspirations also are very high. Of course, it's a tough time for politicians, but at the same time, they have to face the challenge. The financial inclusion and provision of banking service to the last mile is now the central theme of India's banking expansion drive. I was in the cabinet, and this decision to open bank accounts, Jana Dhana, it was called Jana Dhana. So Prime Minister said at the time, I remember, he said, we must open bank accounts to all. Being one of the seniors, I said, okay, sir, we'll do it during our tenure, we'll complete it. He said, during our tenure? I said, yes. We have another 4 years, we'll do it. He said, नहीं, जल्दी होना चाहिए. मैंने कहा, जो काम 50 साल से पूरा नहीं हो पाया, उसको 5 साल में करने से लोग प्रशंसा करेंगे. उन्होंने नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, इसको जल्दी करना चाहिए. Prime Minister is the Prime Minister. Everybody kept quiet. But my dear friends, the entire country is very happy that within 16 months, 36 crore bank accounts have been opened across the country. 36 crores. By whom? By the same people, by the same employees. No OT. Everybody has done their duty. OT means overtime allowance. It's not there. Everybody has done their duty. That is possible. That means if you decide something, if you are motivated properly and if you are guided properly, we can do wonders. This is how this Janadhan account story inspire all of us. और उस समय कुछ लोगों ने कहा ये मतलब क्या है सर, बैंक अकाउंट खोलने में मतलब क्या है, पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक का खाता खोलने में मतलब क्या है. तो 2016 नवंबर 8 तारीख शाम को इसके पीछे मतलब क्या है, महत्व क्या है, लोगों को सामने आया. I hope you understand what I said. और उस दिन एक दूसरे से पूछने लगे, मालिक ड्राइवर से, कुक से, अकाउंटेंट से, अरे भाई आपका बैंक अकाउंट तो है ना, कुछ दिन उसमें मैं पार्क कर सकता हूँ क्या ऐसा? The financial inclusion is the need of the hour. Inclusive development is the need of the hour. Simply you may say, now the country has changed, we have national highway, we have rural roads, we have telecom revolution, we have 106 crore telephone connections, we are now having air connectivity, rail connectivity, highway connectivity, this connectivity, that connectivity. But ordinary people are asking, what about our connectivity? हमको फायदा क्या है? So everybody wants to be part of the development story. It is the duty of the politicians, policy makers, and also all the stakeholders, including banks, to see that the last man in the line, in the queue, जो अंतिम पंक्ति में बैठे, विज्ञान भवन में नहीं, समाज में, उनका उत्थान पहले होना चाहिए. This is the aspiration of the people. And that is the aim of the government. I am happy about it. Whatever party it is, the focus is on empowering the people. The focus is on upliftment. Mahatma Gandhi, Deendayal Upadhyaya said, Antyodaya, uplifting the poorest of the poor, taking care of the suppressed, oppressed and depressed people. That should be the priority of any system. Otherwise, development has no meaning. Your smart cities, your highways, your high-rise buildings, your 5-star hotels, 7-star hotels, so many things are coming, your digital and all. But at the end of the day, you must see to it that the benefits reach the common people of the country. That's where the banks also have a responsibility, of course, the policy makers, the Niti Aayog, or the government, people, the government, political parties, they have a responsibility. They decide policies. But at the end of the day, you being the people who have to execute it, you must also understand the spirit of inclusive development and focus more on that. The Prime Minister has given a 3-line advice to all. He said, reform, perform and transform. Transformation of the nation. Transformation of the nation means transforming the lives of the people. What is the transformation we brought in the lives of the people? What is the transformation we brought in the lives of customers, in the system? That's every one of us has to put that question to ourselves and try to transform. The technology, the digital, all these things, online, all these things are aimed in bringing some betterment in the lives of the people. That should be the aim of the system. That should be the aim of the system. The banking system of India is a vast network consisting of 27 public sector banks, 21 private banks, 49 foreign banks, 56 regional rural banks, more than 1,500 urban cooperative banks, and close to 1 lakh rural cooperative banks, in addition to cooperative credit institutions. In financial year 17-18, total lending marked a comprehensive average growth rate, CAGR, of 10.94%, and the total deposits increased at CAGR of 11.66%. It is indeed noteworthy that India's retail credit market is the 4th largest in the emerging countries. It increased to $281 billion in December 2017 from $181 billion in December 2014. Phenomenal growth. India has one of the most evolved global digital payment systems, with India's immediate payment services, IMPS, being the only system at level 5 in the Faster Payments Innovation Index. As per Reserve Bank of India, India's banking sector is sufficiently capitalized and well regulated. Indian banking industry has recently witnessed the rollout of innovative banking models like payments and small finance banks. As of September 2018, Indian Post Payment Bank, IPPB, has been launched and has opened branches across 650 districts. I firmly believe that the Indian banking sector is poised for robust growth as the rapidly growing business and commerce in India would turn to banks for credit and other financial services. A number of positive trends would fuel the growth of the banking sector in the future: the expansion and upward mobility of the middle class, have transformed retail banking in India over the past decade. 89 million more households are set to join this social segment by 2025. India is also witnessing a digital revolution. The falling cost of internet access has facilitated the adoption of a number of paradigm-shifting digital technologies and innovations. 250,000 villages, optic fiber lines are being erected. Now focus is more on online. Online is the future, so that there is no line. That should be the main line. Nobody should stand in line. That should be our approach. In the coming days also, for any work at any level, the ultimate aim should be that nobody should stand in line. Nobody should stand in line. Nobody need to go and meet the other man or other woman, meet and greet, shake hand, do something in between hand. That should not be there in future. Everything should transfer online. That this JAM, Janadhana, Aadhaar, mobile, that will be really bringing a revolutionary change in the system. You remember late Prime Minister Sri Rajiv Gandhi once upon a time said, out of agony, out of pain in his mind, he said, if I send 100 rupees, by the time it reaches Thiruvananthapuram or Thiruvanmayur, whatever it is, only 15 rupees is reaching. He said it out of agony. So we have to understand and see to it that we make systemic changes, improvements, avoid delay, and also leakage in the package announced by the governments or the system from time to time. For that, we have to move forward and take advantage of the technology. The digital revolution has led to the creation of a number of low-cost Indian platforms to promote digital payments such as RuPay, a cheaper domestic alternative to international credit or debit card gateways such as MasterCard and Visa. The Unified Payments Interface, UPI, and the Bharat Interface for Money, BHIM, a mobile app based on UPI, has driven a number of financial transactions online due to their ease of access and use. I was very happy recently, the present governor of Reserve Bank, he was giving the statistics of payment through card, how much improvement has come in the system and all. Banks have to focus upon providing new and improved services to their clients and upgrading their technology infrastructure in order to enhance the customer's overall experience and gain a competitive advantage. They have also to harness digital growth to scale up to the level of world-class business. However, the banking sector continues to be plagued by a number of challenges. The rising non-performing assets, NPAs, in the banking system is a cause for great concern. Mounting NPAs would certainly affect banks' capacity to lend. In the past few years, the gross NPAs of banks as a percentage of total loans have increased from nearly 2% of the total loans in 2008 to nearly 10% in 2017. It's a matter of concern. The other day, when our MD met me, I also discussed with him. He said a lot of improvement has come and Punjab National Bank was able to come out of that internal, in between, there was some sort of a turbulence. It was able to come out of it. The accumulation of bad loans happened over a long period of time. And now it threatens to hamper economic growth by weakening the credit supply channel of the country. Some of the factors leading to the increased occurrence of NPAs are external, such as decrease in global commodity prices leading to slower exports. Some are more intrinsic to the Indian banking sector. Some are connected with the policy changes. Our banks will need to maintain strict vigilance during pre- and post-sanction procedures of loans and never make compromise on the due diligence process. They must constantly strengthen their internal process to effectively monitor funds and maintain strict discipline in lending. Time has come for a systemic reform of the banking sector. There has to be an effective and efficient system of checks and balances in place so that the loopholes in the system are not taken advantage of. I can also understand there is a societal decay of the ethics and values. That also is an important factor. Earlier, the thinking was that once you take money, you have to pay back. Some people never used to get sleep till they pay back the money. They always used to remember. But now, as I told you, ethics, values, the unit is becoming sick and the owner is Nick, is moving around comfortably. Why this? This has to be also, there has to be a change of mindset and societal values. I always feel that we must also focus emphasis on values, morals, even in our education system. It is not the duty of politicians alone. They should, of course, being the leaders. Education system. I remember during my student days, we used to have a class, moral science. Now science remains, morals have gone. So many things. We used to have NCC class, airwing class, Navy class. We used to have a craft class. We have a gardening class. Gardening. Those days. This is all part of our system. Now I think time has come for all of us again to think, to connect with nature. That's why I say wherever I go, though you are not directly connected, love and live with the nature. Nature, culture, together for a better future. That should be our approach also. Banks, we must also take a relook at the practice of financing big ticket projects which have long gestation periods and hence face cash flow issues through deposit taking commercial banks. Banks can make use of technology and data analytics to identify the early warning signals of loan defaulting and evolve robust mechanism to identify the hidden NPS. They must focus on nurturing internal skills for credit assessment, undertake forensic audits to understand the intent of the borrower. There is another reason also now slowly politicians are taking to populism. Everything populism. And some people say free. People talk of free power. I always believe, it's my conviction, free power means first low power, then no power. No power is free power only. People want assured power. Power, not the power of chair. I'm talking of the power, energy. People want assured power. They want continuous power, 24/7, not the free power for a few this thing. And then these loan waivers also. They are not going to help the farmers in the long term because this is not the end of the story. Rabi over Kharif, Kharif over Rabi comes. The next crop, you must get loan again. So we have to see that we supplement the infrastructure, we provide opportunities of better market, and we take care of the conditions of timely, affordable, cheaper credit available to the farmer. These are the long-term solutions, not the short-term. Okay, it may give relief temporarily, but it will not give permanent relief. You have to think on these lines. The policy makers of the country, they should think on these lines. Increasing cases of willful defaults, and the frauds have recently been in the news. Few black ships brought bad name to the system. You all understand. And they go and then they say that we don't have safety in our country and they are staying somewhere. Fellow has come up to this level because of opportunity provided by this great country. And then you just loot here, cheat here and you run away and then give sermons about India and its safety. That's why I am of the firm view. I have been going around different countries. I have been to various forums. I have been strongly advocating that all the countries must have treaties to exchange information with regard to bank accounts, wherever necessary, wanted by the government or the agencies. Second, we must also have extradition treaties. Otherwise, you just loot here and then go and then stay there and then a lot of legal process. This is a time-taking process and people are becoming impatient. If you are a civilized world, the world must put this question to themselves, are we civilized? Then how are you allowing tax havens? How are you encouraging black money? This is a question to be put to by every nation to themselves. And if you are civilized, if you are really democratic, you must all come together and have extradition treaties wherever somebody is wanted. they should be extradited at the earliest. This is the need of the hour. We must spare no effort in bringing these individuals and entities to speedy and exemplary justice. India must enter into more treaties for exchange of information and intelligence on financial fraud and work with international agencies in bringing defaulters to justice. Banks must also at all times adhere strictly to the principles of business ethics and good corporate governance. A banker's role is one of the stewardship based on trust. Customers trust banks to safeguard the manage their money, and banks have a duty to lend that money responsibly. Ethical consideration should form an integral part of risk-taking activities. The welfare of customers and other stakeholders in good times and bad should be a major concern in any business proposition. Let me remind you that Mahatma Gandhi regarded commerce without morality as one of the 7 deadly sins. My dear sisters and brothers, this is a period of disruption in the banking sector caused due to factors ranging from technology to innovative new business models. These disruptions present tremendous growth opportunities. I believe that banks, especially legacy ones, will need to make bold moves and initiate major transformation to take advantage of them. I am sure that Indian banking sector will move forward and become more professionally advanced and responsive in the next few years. Let me once again congratulate Punjab National Bank, which is the premier national bank of India, on this momentous occasion. My dear sisters and brothers, India is on the move. Once upon a time, India was known as Viswaguru, knowledge hub for the universe. People from across the globe, they used to come to Naranda and Takshasila, Pushpagiri and other places. They used to come and read here, study here. And also, once upon a time, it was said that our GDP was 25% of the world, trade. And now, fortunately, India is on the move. You go through World Bank, you go through ADB, you go through International Monetary Fund, you go through Moody's ratings, not Modi, Moody's ratings, anything. You get a good news that India, if it moves in this same manner, if all of us work together, honestly, sincerely, dedicatedly, and if you do our work, then India will move at the rate of 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, and will become the 3rd largest economy in the world. That is the story. This is not what I am saying as the Vice President of India. World Bank report, World Economic Forum report, ADB report, all these reports support our claim and suggest that we have a bright future. So every one of us, various stakeholders in public life, we must perform our responsibility to the best of our ability. What is patriotism? Everybody doing their duty is patriotism. Simply do your duty, you are a patriot. That's all. देशभक्ति माने क्या है? हर एक व्यक्ति अपना काम निष्ठा से करना, यही देशभक्ति है. भारत माता को जय हो, वंदे मातरम कहने से देशभक्ति नहीं होगा. कहना है, वो भी जरूरी है, मगर उतना ऐसे काम होगा नहीं. आप अपना काम कर्तव्य निष्ठा से श्रद्धापूर्वक करें तो वो देशभक्ति होगा. और देश माने देश में रहने वाले 130 करोड़ लोग, वो सबका विकास, सबके बारे में चिंतन करना, ये हमारा कर्तव्य होता है. Keep that in mind. The success of an enterprise of this scale, magnitude and vision is a testimony to the skills, synergies and dedication of all the human resources associated with it. That's why, while felicitating the top management, I would like to compliment the last man in the bank, even the attendant or the peon or the clerk, assistant manager, chief manager, general manager, whoever manages, who are all part of this. They all are responsible for the phenomenal growth of this bank. So I would like to compliment all of them on this occasion. I compliment every employee of the bank for maintaining high standards of professional excellence. This is what I want to say. As I told you, India is on the move. Let us all join that movement to make the life of the people more comfortable, to make India stable, strong, prosperous, and happy. Mere prosperity alone will not suffice. What you need is happiness. Happiness comes if you follow ethics and morals. This is my observation of the experience in the last 40 years, 42 years of public life. I have understood that the happiness comes if you follow systems, if you follow ethics, if you follow good methods. What you call it is in modern parlance as good governance means following ethics, following rules and regulations and not violating it. That's my advice to all of you. Thank you very much. Once again, Namaskar, Jai Hind.